You're watching Spirit Spotlight.
Hey everybody, this is Austin Sumowitz with WNEM TV5 Sports, and welcome to the Spirit Spotlight, where we zone in on everything Saginaw Spirit hockey. Joined once again by Dylan Clark, play-by-play commentator for the Spirit. Busy week the guys are coming off of. They got another busy week this week, but firstly, we got to talk about this past weekend, the Sarnia game, because holy cow, what a high-scoring affair from the Spirit, especially from one Igor Barabanov.
Yeah, first time they've hit 11 goals in quite some time. First time that anybody had 6 points in a single game, too, since Owen Beck back in January 2024. So that was Owen's first game in a Spirit uniform, and I think things worked out pretty well from there. So it was a strange one. You know, we saw a little bit of everything in that game. Multiple hat tricks. You know, Igor's performance. He took a pretty healthy slash to the neck too when he scored his one goal to go with his 5 assists. So there was a price to be paid in that game. But you know what? The fact of the matter is that was one out of 4 games that still remain against Sarnia here in the regular season. And Sarnia right now in 9th place, trying to squeak into the playoff picture. Saginaw's trying to hold on to 7th, maybe get up into 6th. So the Sting are right behind him. And, you know, with 3 more games now between those two, each one of them is a 4-point game. So those are really crucial matchups. We got one of them coming up again here this weekend, one of 3 games on home ice.
Yep, and the first thing they're starting off with is a game against Sudbury on Thursday. Talk to me real quick, just like kicking off this week. Guys just came back home from Windsor just a few days ago. Talk to me kind of just like how the guys are feeling going into this week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pro schedule right now, right? Like we just played, we played on Wednesday, and then we did Friday, Saturday, had a Sunday off, and then yesterday in Windsor, a Monday afternoon game that they'll move on from, and then not a lot of time off. We'll get right back to it Thursday, Saturday, Sunday this week. And Thursday at home, we'll take on the Sudbury Wolves team in a similar circumstance, kind of bringing up the rear in the playoff picture out in the Eastern Conference. This will be the final meeting between these two teams this season. And Billet Appreciation Night, so for people that might not know, Billet families, you know, these are kids that are living away from home for the first time in their lives, almost all of them. And they're 16, 17 years old, a lot of them. So the Billet families here in Saginaw, they take these kids in, and they basically make them one of their own, give them a place to stay, a place of support, and, you know, the occasional dinner as well, which I know the guys really appreciate. And, you know, the story I always go back to is James Go started his OHL career in Peterborough, and I think you and I talked about this. You know, whenever he goes home to Woodbridge, Ontario, which isn't too far from Peterborough, during Christmas, he goes and he stops in Peterborough and has dinner with his old Billet family from Peterborough. He hasn't been there for almost 3 years now. So those are kind of the lasting connections. When we went to the draft, the NHL draft in Los Angeles just this past summer, we ran into Michael Meese's Billet family in the airport, and they had the look and the excitement like their son had just gone in the NHL draft, not some random kid that lived with them for a year. So that's kind of one of the cooler aspects, I think, of major junior hockey. So we'll celebrate the Billet families on Thursday before that game against the Sudbury Wolves.
And going into this week, I mean, huge honors for a couple guys. I mean, Igor Barabanov, we just talked about getting Player of the Week, but then also Nikita Klepov. I mean, the honors this guy keeps getting, it just seems like they just keep stacking up. I mean, talk to me about those guys, just the week they've had.
Yeah, you know what? For Igor and Nikita, they keep kind of passing the torch back and forth. You know, we talked about what Igor's done in the past week, and he gets a little bit, not lost in the shadow of Nikita Klepov, but just because Nikita's a little bit younger. They're both going to be, you know, major prospects going into this year's NHL draft, but a lot of the eyes are on Nikita because he is 17, turning 18. This will be his first year of draft eligibility. 4th time he's been named Rookie of the Week here. Nobody's had more Rookie of the Week honors this season than Nikita Klepov. Just had a scoring streak that was snapped against Windsor on Monday, but going into that game, 13 points in 5 games. It's almost a 3-point per game pace, which is not sustainable, clearly, but a lot of really fun hockey that we've seen out of Nikita Klepov this year. And he set the franchise record for points by a rookie, smashed Cole Perfetti's record, 74 points. He's gotten the rookie assist record. He's gotten the rookie points record. He's coming up on the rookie goal scoring record. He sits 6 shy of what Cole Perfetti did back in 2019. So there's still time. We'll see what he can do with it. We're just going to enjoy the ride while we watch Nikita Klepov do his stuff in his draft year.
No doubt about it. And the weekend closes off with the Spirit hosting the Storm on Sunday. And cool moment for the guys as well, and cool moment for the fans. Mr. 21.7 is going to be back in the building as well.
Yeah, Josh Bloom will be back here in Saginaw. We'll play the Guelph Storm at 5:30. He'll be signing autographs before the game. He'll be dropping the ceremonial face-off. We'll actually be signing autographs throughout the first portion of the game as well. So if you don't get an opportunity to see him earlier in the night, which is what I would recommend, there will be time after that puck drop ceremony as well. But exciting to see Josh back. You know, the last time that we saw him here was the summer celebration with the Memorial Cup. That would have been July of 2024. So it's been almost 2 years since we've seen him here inside the Dow Event Center. And I still remember it was right down over there, right by the door to get onto the ice. Of course, the ice wasn't there. It was in the summer. But where I got to see him again, he came down and just had a little moment with him, saying hi to him. And that was 2 months after the Spirit had won the Memorial Cup. So the reunion after almost 2 years, I think, is going to be pretty special for Josh and for the fans as well. You know, that's funny because since we've announced that day that Josh is coming back on Sunday, just it's hard not to go back and pull up some of the videos, some of the photos, and just kind of look back and remember what was probably one of the coolest moments, I think, of all of our hockey lives, at least mine for sure so far. So it'll be exciting to see Josh back, and we'll talk to him a little bit about his pro career so far. He split time between Abbotsford in the American League and Kalamazoo right here in Michigan in the ECHL. So lots of fun to have with Josh Bloom on Sunday.
I was just going to say, too, I mean, like, for you especially, I mean, I feel like many fans probably go back and listen to that call. Where's the puck? And then you're just losing your mind after Bloom scores that goal. I mean, talk to me. Have you gotten a chance to talk about that call?
A little bit. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was a little more honest than I should have been because I truly did not know where the puck was for about a half second. Of course, I felt like half an hour. But we figured it out, and because I mean, you don't want to say he scored, and if he didn't score.
Right.
So I was a little hesitant to fully go for it, but eventually it got to a point where guys started celebrating. He got to, when Josh started sliding on his knees in celebration, he got to the bottom of the circle. When he got to the bottom of the circle, I said, all right, I know, we're going to go for it. And then at this point, if I'm wrong, then we'll cross that bridge if we get there. But fortunately, we were right. The puck was in the back of the net, and the rest is history.
Such an exciting moment for sure. Now, talk to me real quick. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a busy week. You mentioned about the festivities that's going to be happening on Thursday. What else can fans expect for the coming up games here at the Dow Event Center?
Yeah, so Thursday against Sudbury, Saturday against the Sarnia Sting, and Sunday against the Guelph Storm. That'll be a 5:30 start on Sunday. The other two, 7:05. The other one I think that we didn't touch on was Saturday. We'll have our Ice Blast weekend here inside the Dow before we get going against the Sarnia Sting. We'll have 9 participants in the chili cook-off prior to the game. You, the fans, benefit because they get to be the judges. I will try to go and see if I can steal some before the game. I don't know. It's a little tough. Time's a little tight. But, no, we're looking forward to that one. And then in addition to everything on Sunday, we'll have Faith Night. We'll have our post-game skate with the players as well.
Awesome. So, fans, if you want to come out and check out those games, go to SaginawSpirit.com. It's going to be an exciting week for Saginaw Spirit hockey. And, of course, TV5 will be keeping coverage on that for you guys to keep in touch with that. So, once again, Dylan, thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate you. I'm Austin Sumwitz with WNEM TV5 Sports. This has been the Spirit Spotlight. Go Spirit.